is it with our parents? Are we looking at our parents at this age? I know maybe not the little young ones, but are we looking at our parents at this age and saying, man, oh, just like my damn mama, or just like my damn daddy? Yeah. This is your She's a Badass podcast. So before I even get started, there's one thing that I must do. Mom, if you are watching, girl, we've been through it. We've been through it. And we came back around. And Ma, I want to thank you for giving birth to me. Even though you said, the daddy said that he was the one that wanted another child and it wasn't you. You just bring it on in anyway, girl. And I thank you for it so much, because if it were not you, I would not be here. And thanks, Dad, for putting in a good word for me. But I want to make sure that everyone knows my mother, in February, is her 83 years old, right? And my mom, in her 80s, decided to heal. Whoa. I don't know what I pray that I will understand what that means when I'm 80 years old, right? But at 80 years old, my mom decided to love me a different way. It's about 3-4 years ago when we started to turn. And that has made a biggest difference for me in my whole journey. And it has gotten to me to where I am now. I could not move 1 inch without in this show before I even thanked her. I pray that she's on. I hope that she's watching. I hope that my son is watching and has gotten her, has gotten her everything, but it will be saved. So she will be able to go back. But Mom, thank you. Nobody really truly gets that. But Mom, thank you. Woo! I got to move on now, y'all. Moving on. Every single last one of these women on this show have an attitude, a demeanor, a personality. They do what they want to do. They say what they want to say. Whatever comes out, it comes out. I just be in a shell, in a hole, in a corner somewhere, just chilling, because it's a lot. But I'm going to give you a very quick introduction. The very first person I would like to introduce is on your, I don't know what that side is. I think that's y'all, like. Hey, she's wearing all orange. Her name is Amaya McCoy. Amaya is almost like my daughter, except Anita and Buster just made her and carried and all that. But she really kind of like my daughter, right? If I had a daughter, she would be Amaya. Amaya is the feistiest little pistol. She's only 27 years old. But she truly is, if I had a daughter, I honest to goodness know that she would probably be very similar to Amaya. Amaya is just graduated from the North Carolina and Agricultural with the certification in lactation. With the certification in lactation. Yes, she help people have them babies. Y'all know y'all like to have babies, so give her a call. And she does charge a nominal fee. And she will help you have your baby, okay? Yeah. The next young lady on the roster is Ms. Jasmine Richardson. I would have 2 daughters. Jasmine is that laid-back, cool, chill, 3-year entrepreneur. I'm going to be a millionaire in about 7-8 years type girl. That's who I have going on. All right, that's Jasmine Richardson. Jasmine is the daughter of the Michelle Dalton Richardson. I had to get that right. She'll be calling my phone. Tasha. Did you give her last name? The Michelle Dalton Richardson and Dwayne Richardson. They all 4 of their parents are graduates of Pender High School, PHS 1991 and PHS 1990. All right. The very next person I have on is Renee. This is the most popular woman that I feel. In my personal experience, is the most popular person in Pender County. Renee just retired from Pender County Department of Social Services. I'll tell you, I have never known anybody that retired like that, right? Yeah, she's another Renee is very much the very outspoken, very proud. The one thing I love about Renee is she knows her power, and then at a certain extent, she doesn't know her power. She's very, very, very unique. I love that chick right there. Her counterpart, Darlene. Darlene Walker. Darlene Hills from Pender County. She's from Burgard, North Carolina, but she currently lives in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and she is still employed at the Pender County Department of Social Services. Darlene is the ultimate of community, y'all. I will never forget probably 5-6 Christmases ago, Darlene sponsored these huge Christmas parties right at her house. So I've never been to one. So she was like, girl, come on, just come. I was like, okay, I'll come. So I was like, what do I need to bring? You know, thinking about a little 6-pack, a case of Heineken or something. She said, girl, don't bring that. Just come on. Y'all, when I got to Diane's house, it was like a block party at her house. Like, it was just on her property. They had oysters over here. They had the Christmas gifts over here. They was all dressed as elves. They had chicken. I was like, the fuck am I at? Like, what is this? This is in Virgo? Like, this is frogs looking all around. Like, I didn't know reindeer would go come out the sky or what. That was crazy. But after that, I had a totally new respect for her because I said, this is what community does. Like, she knows how to do community, period. If you don't know, call her. Oh my gosh. Angela Fulton. I'm gonna grab this mic because
you do.
Yeah, Angie Fulton we went to A&T together, right? This was, say it again. Right, so Angie was the first person that I have ever lived off campus with. I don't know, it's not a trauma bond, but it's like, oh my God. Angie, we just have things that we can't even discuss, or I would never discuss on nobody's Facebook and leg book and arm book either, okay? Angela Hills, all the way from Jacksonville, Florida. She flew in yesterday. So Angie came in from Jacksonville, Florida, and she was on her way to my house earlier today. And she sent me a text, and she said, Tasha, I'm on my way. So I said, okay. I didn't even text back. So then she pulled in the yard, and she got out of the car, and she said, Tasha, she's very dramatic. She said, I'm not. Tasha, are we gonna be okay up here? I said, what the hell you mean we're gonna be okay out here? I don't know, this is Clan Town or something. I say, Angie, this ain't no damn Clan Town. I say, we up here.
This is true.
It is a little back in the woodish, but it's all right, I got Wi-Fi. She is that YSL handbag, Gucci skirt,
like she gonna be here for like 3 weeks.
Right. Her hair stays fly. She is the Louis Vuitton girl. She's that girl. So when we say crazy, she is not really crazy. Yeah. That's really my girl. When you call on her, she coming. Period. I don't give a damn if it's 1 week or 1 month, 2 weeks or 6 months. She's gonna be here. Angie is such a good friend, and I love her so much.
Way to clean it up. Thank you.
The next person I want to introduce, she's the queen of like here, right? She's sort of like majesty. She's very much, I'm going to take this chair and I'm going to let all you other peasants have from the pickings. This is Tony Whitaker, right? She's very much so clutching her pearls, like, what's she talking about? That's what she gives. She gives the very regal, the very majesty. I have to have Miss Tony in my energy, in my presence on anything I have. She knows that. In fact, when I called her, I said, Miss Tony, I don't know where. She said, yeah, I was wondering when you were going to call me. I'm like, yes, it was going to be soon, Miss Tony. I promise. I was not going to not call you, okay? Don't even worry about that. Miss Tony will always be, well, I don't care. I'll probably have a party, and I don't know, it'd be a liquor party. Miss Tony will be right there judging all the way. I just accept it. That's just how she is. I thank her so much for dropping. Hey, Celine, I know that did it go off? Celine, that's you, son. Stop calling me. I'm all loud. I'm gonna call you back. Give me 1 second. There are 2 more people I need to introduce along with 1 more person. Bridget. Bridget, just stand. Bridget, you okay? Bridget, you know.
Let's move on.
Bridget, we're not modeling. We're not modeling, Bridget. Okay, so I had to save these 3 for last. This has been the hardest thing for me, and this is gonna bring tears to me. And I promised I really wasn't gonna cry a lot, right? But I chose really particular certain people for this show. Bridget, Lily, and Inga. I want you 3 to know that everybody is sitting in this room was inspired by you 3. As She's a Badass podcast was inspired by the 3 of you. Everybody in this room embodies something of what the badassness of you is about. Is it the wisdom of Miss Tony? Is it the silliness of Angie that she reflects from Lily? Is it the community that is reflected from Inga, to Darlene? It is the A&T vibes that we always get from the 3 of us that reflects in Amaya. It is Jasmine and her entrepreneurship that she so clearly gets from Lily. It is the creativity, as you could even see, that even trying to get drinks out to us, it reflected between Angela and Bridget. Miss Tony is sort of like she is all of us in one. It is you 3 that She's a Badass podcast that was inspired. Are you saying? They never asked me once, where did it come from? They never ever asked me, not one time, where did it come from? But they don't know that She's a Badass podcast came from all 3 of them. Oh, thank you. I want you to know for the last 2 nights, probably 3 nights, we have been on 3-way. They have put more into this than I have. They have poured their hearts and their souls into this, making sure that this came through for me. But what they did not even know is that it was for them. I couldn't even update my website with them because I was like, well, I know they're gonna ask me something, but later on this week, the 3 of you will be posting on my website, she'sabadass.com, and I want you to know that it was the 3 of you that totally inspired all of this. Thank you so much. All right, it's time for the show to begin. So I said that I didn't really want to bring this subject up, but I'm going to bring this subject up, and I know it's controversial. And I think that I understand the way this lady feels, but I cannot wait to hear what 2 people have to say about this. Ebony K. Williams. Was you dating a bus driver?
I did see that.
Okay.
I felt her though.
I felt her too.
I felt her. I mean, because you know what you like, you know what's gonna sustain you. And I'm not saying that bus drivers won't sustain me, but I mean, if I was single, I can't say that I would date a bus driver. I can't even say that I would date the owner of the bus company. I mean, it's just.
All right, hold up. Who has something to say? You
I understand her. Like, they not gonna be able to drive and not gonna be able to take care of. Maybe come owner. But
Right.
big the company is. I mean, maybe they got like $10.
But see, that's the same thing with Ebony. The way I understand it is Ebony said, I would date the owner. This woman is a millionaire, right? Is she even in the room with bus drivers? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get why she said I would date the owner. The owner I'm sure owns a fleet. He probably owns a fleet of buses. He may own a couple planes.
Right.
But I get why she said that. But everybody is coming down on her. I don't even believe Ebony K. Williams would be in the room with a bus driver.
I'm in the room with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's what she doing.
Okay. Jasmine, I want to know what you got to say about that.
I would say,
Do you know the situation, right?
yeah, but
Okay.
on the flip side, right? What if that person that is meant for you is the bus driver, the person that you're actually looking for, right? And the things that you actually need. I think that, so you can't really judge somebody just because they can't sustain your lifestyle.
True.
That's your lifestyle, right? So, are you really looking at it from a materialistic thing, or are you actually looking at it from what this person actually brings to you?
Right.
So for me, if I was to say, okay, I'm a millionaire and I'm looking for this quality of a man or quality of a woman, however, what does that look like? Like, is it am I judging this person based off the money that they're bringing in, or am I judging them based off of what they're actually showing me? Because the person that has all this money could not show me nothing.
Absolutely.
And that person that doesn't have all this money is sweeping me off my feet.
Right.
Absolutely.
I think that's a good point too. I also,
But
go ahead.
I was going to say, Justin, and anybody. So even if they are sweeping your feet, when you have in your back of your mind, is he sweeping me off my feet because he know I got all this money? Or is he sweeping me off my feet because that's genuinely who he is? Now, if I went in blindsided and he don't know what I got, then that's one thing. But if he know who I am, he know. I think it's just hard, like for anybody, like people who have a whole lot of money, a lot of times they get blindsided because they don't know if this person is genuinely giving it all to work because of who they are or because of what you have. So for me, I think that you sometimes people gonna think about that because I hear it all the time. Like, are they really into it because they really into me, or are they really into it because they know what's in my bank account? They're really in it.
That's a good one. I mean, I think I feel like that ended with knowing who you are, though.
Right? They you know, I know who I am. It doesn't matter, but I know who I am. But at the same time, if you have somebody, are they riding my coattail? And if that's somebody that I really want to have that kind of relationship with, then that's one thing. But I'm just saying, from just thinking out loud about other individuals. I've been married for almost 26 years. I'm just thinking.
But all that,
I think I definitely agree with you on that. But I would still go back to knowing who you are, right? So, like, people are going to show you their true selves at some point. Now, that you turn the eye and say, okay, I'm going to ignore what I know is not right. I'm going to continue to stay here. That is solely on to you, right? And I think that I'm going to say God. I think God gives us a lot of things.
Absolutely, he does.
Yeah.
No, he does. Say it again. He does.
And we turn the other way and not like, okay, well, I'm just going to, all right, I'm going to just brush this off, and I'm going to keep brushing it off until now I've exploded, or now I'm at my breaking point. But you already knew what it was, but it was already presented to him.
Okay.
Okay. Look at it too. Okay, she's a millionaire. Look at the room she's walking into. People judge you. I mean, by your partner. By the company that you keep. I've been married for 44 years. And, the rooms that my husband and I were walking into, they were judging my husband, who was an engineer, at ExxonMobil, by the partner that he had on his arm. So if he was walking in there, with somebody like, the partner that you were talking about, he could not, they wouldn't be moving him up in the company because of the partner That's the
It
way.
can be a lot. It can be.
Yeah, that's just the way that it is. So you have to be very careful. I mean, you love who you love, but sometimes you have to be very careful. It depends on what how you want to live, your life. And if you're a millionaire, and if you want to, and if you are where you are, and you know that that's where you want to stay, and you're comfortable with it, fine. But if you know you want to continue to move up, sometimes we got some thinking that we got to do.
Wow. I wonder that. So the ones that are not married in this room, like. That's me. You like one of us that are not married. Like, how would we feel about that? Like, even though, like, so I have this conversation all the time. I always say, I'm not ready to meet a man where I am right now. I want to meet someone up here. So I got to get here first. Because you meet him, I mean, and I guess I don't know I've never been married, so I don't know how marriage is like. I saw my mom and my dad's marriage work. The death did them part, right? Mm-hmm. But like, I sometimes think that when people marry, you marry here. Mm-hmm. And you fall in love and you just like, oh man, but y'all are still here. But as, the thing may not be as good as it was when you first started, or things just fall apart, as Chinua Achebe says. And then you start to ascend, and your partner may be ascending too. But I mean, I think it's just best for you to be at your best and stop falling, like, especially for women, because we fall hard. And you just ascend. I don't have to date every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Like, just work on yourself. Date yourself. Take yourself to Paris for the 2, 3, 4 days. You know what I'm saying? Take yourself to the car lot and buy you pick you out, maybe something, go back. Like, you ain't got it. Everything doesn't have to be about a man with a man. I would never be that one to say, oh, I don't need a man. I definitely need a man. I know what my daddy did. Thank you. And for my mama. I know what a man did. Coochie ain't here to date them all. I'm not. I ain't doing that. I'll take myself out. Right. You know what I'm saying?
You can take it out. I'll let my out until you be right. I just want to add something too. For me, it's not about, okay, I wouldn't date him because he is a bus driver. Because you can be with a nuclear scientist and you're still not going to be equally yoked.
That's right. There you go. True.
For me, it's that connection.
Yes.
And I personally don't think that I can connect with a bus driver. Right. But you have to connect with somebody mentally.
I'll say this. When you've had a strong man in your life, I know it's my father. I been hard for somebody. You know why? Because he always treated me like a princess. Right. He always. I've never met a man like that. When I got divorced, I guess I was divorced about 5 or 6 years, and my cousin said, who's dead now, God rest his soul, Darlene, it's about time for you to get married again. I say, is there any more Harley Walkers walking around?
I know, that's right.
Because I haven't met the man yet.
Nope.
So it's been 17 years.
Wow. Really?
I met some men.
Yeah.
But I haven't met them.
No, never met. I mean,
I will know when I see you.
I know that's right.
You will. Right.
I think my friend Nikki, I will never forget this meme. Nikki Chevelle, she's from Wilmington, North Carolina. I will never forget this meme that Nikki posted on her page, and it said, the next man, before I go out with another man, God is gonna have to come in my room and sit on my bed and say, hey, my man's trying to talk to you. I will never forget that meme, man. I will never forget that meme. It's honest. So that's what I'll say. The next time I have to go, God gonna have to come in my room and say, look, my man's trying to talk to you. Yeah. So the one. Yeah. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next thing. I have started introducing myself to like luxury skincare. And I'm telling you, that crap from the wall people, I don't think I can say their name. Like, it does not. It does not equate to the luxury items I buy for my skin. So like Mario Bennett, they talk. It's okay. Sorry. Okay, thank you. But like products like Mario Badazz and Ren Skincare, Afterglow. I like Ren already. Yeah. And so I started there, but I see the vibration of luxury items. So where we maybe become the type of people where I don't want to buy luxury items. I'm telling you, your money, you put your money, but your money, what's that saying, Miss Tony?
You put your money.
It's not that. It's your money.
Speaks for you.
Yeah, your money. What if it's cheap? It's gonna give you cheap results.
Oh yeah.
But if you get
what you pay for, you get
what you pay for. Correct. Anything y'all sure about? For real?
I gotta smell good too, girl.
What do you buy?
So my next one that I'm trying to get is a YSL one. I'm really called Great. I got it all, baby.
I got it on right now.
Really? And what's the name of it?
Libre. Libre. Okay.
See? That's probably one of the times. How's the bottle look? Is it a pretty bottle? Because I think those bottles are like real sexy.
Yeah, the bottles tell a story.
Yeah.
Like the Carolina with the little handles.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, she can work.
Okay, so my friend down in Florida, she lives in Tampa. No, she lives in Tampa. She just bought a Maserati truck. But no, she loves Nicki Minaj. So she was like, she has when she posted it, she played the little Nicki Minaj, whatever the songs that she was saying, like Vanilla Maserati. I was like, oh my God, Renee just bought a freaking Maserati. So, but she's into luxury too. She actually agreed for me to interview her. So I'm going to be talking to Renee actually soon when I know she's watching. But she made a post. She does a lot of TikTok reels. And she was talking about Versace Euros. That perfume, you ever heard of that, Angie? You never heard of Versace Euros perfume? Okay, but she made a post of that. She said that was what she really wanted to feel like money. That's what she sprayed. I was like, oh, okay. So who else was Renee? You wear perfume?
Yeah, but it's
Really? You're not into name brand nothing? Really? Do you think you ever?
That's why she was able to retire at 55.
Yeah, they got keep that on that.
Either.
Hey, girl, I got 5 more years. I can't think I could retire.
A lot of the stuff y'all saying, like I have no idea what you're talking about.
What? Versace Euro?
I know, but right. I'm saying it's like the other stuff you try to make up brands on. Like I use Dove and wash your baby. So yeah, it is really good. But
it doesn't mean that sometimes you might have also the name brand. I'm still looking better than you.
Yeah.
I had something new every Friday. Every Friday growing up, I had something new to West Coast.
Miss Tony was a former model. Miss Tony, you ever branched into like luxury items?
Before coming here, I looked and I had the Yves Saint Laurent, all the Chanel, they had all of that. And it's just like, and then
they've done that.
Yeah. And then, and it's just in my closet. It's in my closet. And I'd look at all the Chloe and all the, and I said, for what?
Right.
For what?
All right. Who's going to win the presidency?
It's not gonna be body because he's getting drunk by tears. You know, where's his ego? That always fires.
Hold on, Lily. Where'd you say ego? She said what?
I said you can't stay on here and body. It ain't gonna be him. It keep falling. Yeah.
Again.
I mean, I don't know, but the first time was embarrassing enough.
This is serious. There are so many people moving out of country, and I consider
Get your passport.
And I saw this, and I thought I discussed shares, with my family. There are a lot of people of color moving out of country. And I saw it at one time, and I said, yeah, because I said, when Trump got into office, I said, I'm moving out of country. I really don't want to be here anymore. But now it's really not a trend. These people are moving out of country.
Oh yeah.
And staying out of country.
Yeah.
And at first they were African Americans, really, but now white and black are moving out of country. Now that's serious. People are fed up with the United States.
Yeah, people are fed up with the United States. Have y'all ever thought about that? Anybody ever thought about? Because I literally am. I used to make a joke years ago when I first started flying and saying, man, I'm going to move to Madagascar. And I have been saying it and saying it and saying it. But I don't really know if I'm prophetically speaking it to myself. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm like, I really need to fly to Madagascar and see what's going on over there. I got to go do something because I'm afraid for my we're at the ages that we are now, but I got a 6-year-old granddaughter and a 3-year-old granddaughter and possibly more coming. But I'm like, if it's like this now, what is going to be like in 8, 9, 10 years to them? Like, I'm truly scared. So have any of you ever thought about moving out?
Nah.
Really?
Not me. Not now. I can't imagine moving out. Like, my support system is there, my children are there, my grandchild, all that kind of stuff. We're gonna make it do what it do. I'm not worried about any of that, to be honest with you.
But what if they packed up and was like, Grandma, we rolling?
And then we're gonna make some adjustments. But I'm saying, while we all in this together, we're gonna be in this together.
You gotta be in it.
Yeah. But if they take my grandbaby, I'm going. But it's something to think about. Like, you really gotta realize, and I know my issue is I don't think people realize the local vote is so much more important than the whole money all the way. And I have an issue with that. Like, everybody go out and vote for this president, but you don't go when it's time for us to have that local vote that really impacts our county. Right. Count. So then when the things start changing, and then you realize it, and then you always complaining, but you don't vote.
Right.
And I always tell people, if you don't vote, don't talk to me.
Right.
Yeah.
And
But I can be honest with you. And I have a couple fly friends that we talk about. I voted. I didn't have to vote for nobody, right?
Right.
But I had to vote against Trump, which is basically what I did. And I'm honestly, I wasn't on the boat with either with Biden or his running mate.
I get it.
But I had to I had to vote against.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
But now here I am, like, what do I do now? Like, come on, Biden.
And you know what's crazy?
Vote for Biden. You just voted against.
But you know what's crazy though is that even in that time as an entrepreneur in certain segments, you strive more with Trump. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things you have to consider.
Right.
You know, as a business owner, I know in certain things that I do, Trump provided more.
What you think? So you're an entrepreneur too.
Yeah.
I'm not really got to be honest with you.
Okay.
So I try not to really put my 2 cents into when it comes to politics.
Yeah. Okay.
However, what I will say from being an entrepreneur and being someone that trades in the currency space, being somebody that invests, certain individuals made it possible, and everybody, like, I'll use the 401k for an example, right? But everybody talks about their 401k. Oh, my 401k was booming. And then my 401k now is not so good. However, for those that are not educated and don't understand the way that the market moves,
Right.
we were at an all-time high.
Yes.
So therefore, the market has to crash in order for us to succeed. decide past what the all-time high was.
Okay.
So for me, it's like, I would say Trump made it, he's a businessman.
Right.
So to that he was a businessman, he made businesses,
Mm-hmm.
boom. However, you have others that are not necessarily business individuals and they care more about the people.
Absolutely.
Right? So now we're back to not necessarily, I don't call it a recession, but if you read the markets, you know that it has to correct this.
It does.
Okay.
So right now we're in this, it's going to crash.
It is.
Right? And then this is the time where millionaires and billionaires are made because the market is at what we would consider getting to be a low where, okay, if I want to buy stocks, if I want to buy windows, do it now.
Yeah.
And just invest. And then after a while, guess what? Now you're going to be like, okay, this $100 is now making me $1,000 or $10,000, et cetera. But for those that don't understand how the market and how whatever goes on in the government affects the market.
Okay.
Right. It's so many people that's not in tune with that.
Right.
So when they don't understand it, it affects them even more because then when they see things happening, they just oblivious to what's really going on. We know and because we understand it, but there's so many people that don't. And so when you see the impact, like I said earlier, the entrepreneurs and things like even fuel, for someone like myself who owns a transportation company, it impacts differently. And when Trump is there, your fuel is low.
And
I benefit from it. But now Biden is there. It's not hard. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of it's impact. But
It's who owns all the fuel.
yeah.
But it's not even about fuel. One thing
Hold on. Let me see what Renee. What were you saying, Darlene?
Out in Texas, you know who owns all the fuel.
Yeah.
So whenever a Democrat gets
Absolutely.
they run it up.
Absolutely. Let's be clear.
So it makes you think the Democrat ran it up.
Let's be real clear.
That
It ain't with the truth.
So
It ain't.
it's like drugs. What black man came in here with a plane that he owned, dropping these drugs?
Mm-hmm.
Who owns the fields?
Right.
It's that same man. But who we picked is a little low man on the totem pole. We're going to give them a felony. They can't never vote no more.
Right.
So I got this locked in. So this is what they've done again.
Absolutely.
You got to show your ID. We made it where you can vote again if you're a felon, but now they changed it again. Bring your ID, and if you're a felon, all your stuff needs to be paid, and you're off parole.
They won't.
You gotta listen to what they're really doing. They're stopping you again. Every person that I meet when I flip in the system, you can tell at a child, put a 16-year-old with a felony on. So I got you from your mom.
Okay, so he can never vote the rest of his life at 16 years old.
Now, we did some stuff where you can, but is all your fees paid? Are you off probation? Well, and you don't know what you don't know. And you come from a house that don't know anyway.
That's true.
That's the biggest thing.
So
That's the
so how do we educate? How do we educate? I get so frustrated with stuff like that because it's so sickening. It makes you so angry. Like what? How? What? How? What do we do? How? We can't.
We have to do we can. No,
We can.
the individual, right? It starts at home.
Okay.
It's right.
Starts home.
So, like, I'll be for an example. I have mother and father. I'm like very fortunate to have grew up with a mother and father, but there's a lot of individuals that did not.
Right.
Like, I know I have friends who, hey, how is a single mom? My mom is working. So I love to sit down. I'm having to take care of my siblings and different things of that nature, right? Right. I'm trying to provide for my family. So what is the quickest thing for us to do? Oh, well, we have this. Our community has this hustle mentality, right? We're going to make it whether it's today or tomorrow, right? So it doesn't matter what goes on. However, if you look at how are HBCUs made, where are they made? Low income areas. If you go to every corner, there's a gas station or there's nigger rail or whatever. So What do our kids have? Like, just like, oh, let me go here. I know that I can go to a liquor store. I know that I can go get these pack of cigarettes. But then it also comes down to also mental health that our community do not want to talk about.
Right. Yeah.
Before we can talk about the big situation, I think we need to talk about mental health first.
Yeah.
Because most people in our community do not talk about that. What stays in our house, what goes
Our household stays in our household. That's exactly the way. Yep.
So kids grow up like, okay, now I'm angry. But why is this kid angry? I'm gonna tell a quick story. I went to a prep in Winston-Salem, where you have high school and middle school.
Okay.
Right. And I was a student in the EC program with a learning disability. Also, and adjusted again as an adult with a learning disability as well. However, that learning disability does not stop me from working a 9 to 5 being in service security. So I had this little boy, and he was so angry. So angry. And I had to give him tough love, this little boy, because we were able to mentor middle school kids.
Okay.
At our high school. So I would talk to him. He either would fall asleep in class, didn't have no care in the world. And I'm like, well, what's going on? Let's talk about it. All he wanted was somebody to actually listen. And I'm like, okay, well, this is how we're going to make the change. I'm going to pop up on you because somebody cares. You think that your child is lazy or don't get it? No, they probably have a learning disability. Get them tested because the state is not going to tell you that they will pay for your child to go to school for free.
Absolutely.
I went to school for free.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
I want to throw that out there.
Yes.
So yes, I went to college for free. I went to Claflin University in South Carolina.
Oh, did you? Did you go to class? Okay.
I heard.
Absolutely.
I went to school for free. So for those, especially, I think that's one of the biggest things I want to talk about in this whole space is because talk to your kids. Stop thinking your kids are lazy.
Right.
Stop thinking your kids don't want to learn. Your kid probably has a learning disability. Get them tested.
Yeah.
It took until I went to a predominantly Black school and with self-purpose to actually test me. My parents have been trying to get me tested since I was in little school.
Okay.
I made A's and B's. I ran track. I did all of these things, but I was not able to pass standardized testing.
Oh my God. Are you here? I hate for test. This is real though.
And they would not test me. They would say, oh, well, she makes A's and B's. She doesn't need to be tested.
But they do.
But guess what? I needed to be in a separate setting. I needed to have that extra help. It's like now look at a 28-year-old who has their own business, who also works a 9 to 5, but this doesn't stop me from anything. But it goes back to our community do not know. What they don't know is what they don't know. That and education. So it starts at home. Oh, well, your kid is asleep. No, your kid is not asleep. Your kid has an LD. I told his mom that. Well, what did you do that made my son go from making C's, D's, and F's to making A's and B's? I talked to him and let him know that somebody cared. I'm going to check in with you. If you need me, have the teacher call me, and I will come out of the classroom to see what is going on with that child.
That's right.
So I watched it.
So you made A's and B's at the Winston-Salem prep and
I made A's and B's from classes okay, so I made A's and B's throughout.
Yes, it's first. Explain the IEP because I want that to be explained. Because a lot of times people don't understand that. A lot of times parents end up at the end of graduation and realize their child in the IEP because they've been involved all the time. So please.
Okay. An IEP is basically for individuals that have a learning disability.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be
anything.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Exactly.
The community's like, well, not really. It's really your parent. Parents have to be involved in order for your kid to get the IEP.
Okay.
Right.
So that's first, because if not, they're just going to push them to the side and they're just going to be like, oh, well, we just
label them.
It's kind of like add the lazy child drug.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
But also I'm thankful for my mother and my father because they made me who I am today.
Of course.
I was able to stand at my own truth in high school, middle school, like know who you are. So I didn't care about my teacher IEP coordinator coming in and sitting in the classroom with me. There were other people in the group that were like, don't come. Because people were picking on them. I was in the same class as those smart kids that was taking AP class.
Okay.
I took those same classes. I just needed the extra help.
Okay.
Which means like when I'm taking tests, I need to be in a separate setting because that tapping, that pencil, that clicking, like I'm so distracted. I'm not going to do as good on my tests as I would be in a separate.
Okay.
It's not about them like me learning more. It's just what do I need in order for me to be successful in this classroom.
Okay.
So they weren't autistic?
No, I have, they call it ADHD.
Okay.
I just basically read things backwards.
Oh,
So I needed to.
That's very
like I can't go to the store. I would probably read it as I can go to the store because I'm reading it too fast. So now I have changed the whole context of that sentence.
Okay, got
So
it.
like if I'm taking a standardized test, I'm reading it as I can go to the store, but in actuality is I can't go to the store, right? Because I'm not slowing down enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the ability to have teachers who would, if I had to be in the classroom, then other students thankful that they would kind of be mindful of like the tapping and stuff like that would actually distract me. But my teacher would actually be able to read the question. Like if I have a question, I'll put a question mark by it and I will go to the next question. I will come back to that question and say, okay, I need my teacher to read this because I felt like I read it too fast or I read it wrong. Before I select the wrong answer, I have the assistant.
I applaud Jasmine's parents. Yes, that's when my mom taught Jasmine children. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And a lot of those parents were not involved like your parents were. So they fall through the cracks.
It's so weird because
they both have these kids and you feel like they can't do any better, but they really can.
They can.
But those
Her parents, both of their parents, actually, because I know all four of their parents, but both of their parents are. But I remember talking to Michelle a couple years back, and when she used to, she talked about Jasmine all the time, and that's when I became like more interested in Jasmine. I was like, dang, well, I almost felt like I knew Jasmine because Michelle really, really talked a lot about her daughter and the struggles that she had, and also the successes on top of that. Both our parents are very hands-on. It's so funny because I think Dwayne just had a birthday, right? No, they just had an anniversary a couple of days before my birthday. So Dwayne, he made a post about his wife, and he said, also I got to give a shout out to my side chick, who is his daughter. That's how close they are. Like they are just super, super close. But it's so funny. I'm glad you talked about how close, like how we are to our parents. And some of us have parents in here who are deceased or whatever. But that's a good segue into our parents and the things that our parents do for us and how we are at this stage of life. Like I literally just had to go through some paperwork just for my mom, for my job, for my mom. And I'm like, yo, I never knew at 50. Right. It don't, and I mean, it don't, everything made me want to cry. What the hell, girl? I don't know. No, but I feel like since my mom and I are just on just like cloud nine right now, I literally feel like my dad is just like, thank God that damn time. Yes. You know what I'm saying? But are we looking at our parents at this age and saying, man, oh, just like my damn mom or just like my damn daddy. And did we ever think that we would get there?
No.
I never thought that I would get there. I don't think I will ever have the grace and the elegance and the kindness of my mom. Like, I'm just Gillis girl. Like, I want Nita's girl, but I don't see it. I don't see me being it. It's like my mom is really the sweetest, most laid back. Yeah. And my mother, I've heard my mother curse one time and it was hell.
Oh my God. That's all.
Hell.
That's not a curse word.
It brought hell to you.
The curse word was hell. And that was years and years ago. And I can't even remember the context of it. I can't remember what happened. But I remember my mama saying something about hell. I'm like, that's what, like, mom, I need a curse. But my mom is the type that when she gets mad, she'll call me by my full name. She don't really, she'll say, well, Tasha. Like, ew, Latasha. Well, I know you name me, but don't nobody want to hear that. Like, so, but I knew that's what I know that's even now. If she's upset with me, like the other day we were on the phone, she said, Latasha, hold on 1 second, I will find it. I'm like, oh, okay. But dedicate love to your mom and dad right now.
What do you mean? In what way?
No, just tell them. You don't say about Buster and Nita, I love you.
I don't feel like I see my parents in me. Other people see it. I don't see it. I feel like I'm still trying to get to a parent. There's things that they have that I'm not there yet. But I feel like
she is the spitting image of my mom. I did it all.
Just like your mother.
really?
You are just like your mother.
She is just like that.
I feel like she is at a different level of grace and consideration for other people.
Your mama,
I'm sure you feel that. I gotta make that. But like, you know, my face. So I have to be just like it. But honestly, they are. Even though they're my parents, they feel like my children. Like they are right now living their best life. I think they're enjoying the fact that we're out of the house, and I'm just like, dang, why y'all ain't do this fun stuff when I was there? Like,
Right. Are they in Jamaica right now? Like, are they in Jamaica right now? Or they back?
Like, why are they in Jamaica without me? I feel like I gave birth to them. I did all this hard work to get into this life. Yeah. I mean, really, they did it for me. And I really do genuinely appreciate them. Yeah. I'm on them right now. And I said, hey, I want to go 3 states away from here. They're going to be like, all right, let's go.
Okay.
Put the stuff in the car. You got a job. You ain't got a job. We got some money. Like, what? Like, I feel that they have really supported me in ways that I'll never be able to go. Like, ever. Absolutely. They will go to glory before I get out. So,
Yeah. Jasmine.
Go ahead.
I just want to tell Michelle.
She watching.
So when is mine? So I go back and forth with my mom. We are a very close knit family.
they are.
She said, "Don't do me." We're very close knit family. If there's anything that I ever needed, wanted, or whatever the case may be, my parents' mountains. Like, I can't really thank them enough, because without them, right, there would be no me. There are things that I think that I have learned now when it comes to certain aspects as far as investing and things of that nature. My parents, of course, back then would not have done. So, like, I'm taking what I know now to kind of bring them up to speed on certain things. But other than that, I mean, I don't really have a lot that I can, words can't really express.
Right.
So that
was enough.
It's like, that was
good. Renee?
How many you say?
Your mom. Show your mom a little anything. Tell us about
My
it.
mom was a single mom, although I had a father that did take very good care of me. He wasn't in the home. But every single year of my life, from a baby till he left his service when I was 15, he came and got me every summer. He took me to New York. He bought all my school clothes. Anytime she called, said I needed something, he did it. But my mom pretty much was a single mom. And she did the best she could. I shake off for that. I look in the mirror some days and I'm like, I don't see nothing but another stomach. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God.
That is so good.
Because I call her crazy all the time. She said, stop telling people I'm crazy. But you're not crazy. I know. All of us hilarious. My friends love my mom. Every friend I've had, boyfriend, they love my mom.
Yeah.
She's real down to earth. What comes up will come out.
Yes.
I go places, I stay ready to fight because I don't never know what she's going to say. She's going to be wrong. She's going to be wrong. But you have to tell her. I will tell her she's wrong. But nobody else, but not. Right. I will tell her she's wrong. I will tell her she's wrong. But nobody but not touch. I don't care what she's wrong or right. She's just at the age now well, even before she got this age, but she's 73 years old. She's a beautiful, beautiful woman. People don't think she's
Yeah, she is.
but she is crazy.
Angie.
Oh my God. I am every spitting image of Dr. B. That's my mom without the prefix Dr. But so actually, my mom is the one that put all this Gucci stuff.
Yes, she is.
You know,
You get it from your mama.
Tasha told me a story that I didn't even remember. She was like, Angela, remember your mom said whenever you get on the airplane, you got, what'd you say, dressed
You
up?
had to.
Yeah.
Angie said, let me get this straight, y'all. We used to, so Angie and I used to live together, right?
Yeah.
And Angie used to, she's from Florida. She went to A&T. So she used to have to fly home. So when Angie would fly home, her mama did not play that shit. Do you understand? So Angie had on heels, a suit, her hair was done. She had to go get her hair. Yo, Angie was to the nine.
She has a story.
But it's so
Yeah.
It's so weird because
True story.
at this day and time, you don't even see people getting on planes. These chicks are coming on planes and buying pajama pants, clogs, Crocs. They now wearing the bubble. What's them shoes with the bubble? They're wearing the bubble slides. I mean, the men are coming on planes with the pants. There was this man, I'll never forget. It was a young black man. And all of my fly girls who were watching, I was working New York, Atlanta. New York, Atlanta. This young man's pants was down so far, I couldn't even let him. I said, I had to pull this brother to the side. And without embarrassing him, I said, young man, come here for a second. And he said, it was so honorable, so noble. He said, yes, ma'am. I said, stand in this galley and pull up them pants because I can't let you go down the aisle with your pants down here. Right. He had on like a short, like a crop shirt or whatever. So his entire pair of boxers were showing. Like, I don't want you to go down the aisle with all your boxes showing. So I said, stand over here, pull these pants so you got your I ain't gonna have a problem with it. But it's so funny that Angie still does that, but nobody comes on planes like that anymore. And flying isn't what it used to be, because now you probably need to come on with some sweatpants and a pair of sneakers because you don't know if you got a dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or run, plane, or whatever. It's so weird. It's so refreshing to hear it because I know tomorrow when Angie gets back on that plane.
Oh my God.
Angie, I'm not quite sure what she will be putting on, but I'm sure it will be something that entails fine bed shit. All right.
And so let's do the shout out to my mom. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah, I love you. Actually, my mom and I are, so we were supposed to leave today from Florida, going to Atlanta. So this is the first year that we've been without my grandmother, who was the matriarch. She was like the ultimate boss chick. I mean, she lived a beautiful 93 years. We lost her in June of last year. And this is the first year that we've been without her. So, yeah.
It's okay.
I'm good. So I wanted to do something special for my mother because we always got together and did like brunches and whatever. So I know it's going to be a little tough for her. It's going to be tough for all of us. So we're just going to Atlanta, and she don't know, but we gonna like turn. So I'll be leaving for Raleigh tomorrow morning. She's leaving from Jacksonville. She gets to Atlanta 8:15. I get there at 8:30. So, we're just gonna have a good time and let.
Congratulations. No. And rest in peace, Grandma.
Yes. She was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful soul.
Go ahead, Miss Tony. Honor your parents.
My parents,
Even though they're
my parents are deceased, but actually, I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for my parents. And my mother must have been your mother's sister, because that's how she was. My mother was like your mother. And she was like that with the Louis Vuitton. I have a lot of Louis Vuittons, a lot of Gucci because of my mother. I never bought any of that. She bought it for me. Yeah, I know. But she was like that. I mean, if I traveled, I had to be in full attire. I mean, it's like I better not. I had to be. I'm not. I mean, suited up and everything. It was. I don't know what it was. It was. I had to be. I better not step off that plane looking shabby.
Right.
I mean, she would be. It was always. And if I came and stayed through Sundays, I had to go to church. It was during the time when you had to have gloves, and stuff like that. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, she was like, it was really, every
Yeah, no shower.
Okay.
The church, it was all just embarrassing. But yeah, it was, my mother and I were very, very close, and it's one of those things where I could tell my mother anything, and we were like not like sisters. I don't want to have it like that, but we were just very, very close. I could talk to her about anything.
Okay.
And I really do miss her. And
Wow.
sometimes I'll walk through my house right now, and I said, I really do miss you.
Oh.
Especially when I was going through my last bout with cancer. I said, I really do miss you. I need you here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're I can ask for they're there.
Okay. Yeah. Inga, if you've been the quietest, y'all, I don't even understand. Inga, these two know Inga can talk. You just be like, oh shit, Inga. You be scrolling through your phone, and then you be like, oh God, oh, Inga, what was, okay, you say it one more time. Right, yeah. She get up here and she quiet as a little church troll.
No, I'm just taking it all in.
Okay, Inga, out of your period.
That's a loaded.
I know.
A loaded answer to a question. My mom passed when I was 13 years old. She was 40. So I've been the last 35 plus years without her, which technically and not technically made me maybe the matriarch of my family.
Okay.
And so right now, she's with me in spirit everywhere I go. And I always say some people live with their moms until one of them passes away in much older years. And I feel blessed to have had, to have been enriched for 13 years. I told Tasha when we were talking about turning 50 today that we want quality of years over quantity. So I got that with my mom. So for that, I'm grateful. And for my dad, anybody who knows me knows that he's my fighting piece. I like him with all my heart. He made a promise to my mom on her deathbed that he would keep me and my brothers together. He's honored that promise. And it's me and my brother's turn to take care of him now because he has dementia. But we love him unconditionally. And my friends know, these three here know that there's absolutely nothing I wouldn't do for my dad. So every day is a chance to honor them and honor my mom because that's what she would want me to do.
Yep.
Well, my mother died when I was 35 years old, and it was a sudden death. And her birthday was March 23rd. And I hated my mother growing up.
Oh.
She just beat my ass. And I didn't realize until I got old, I was that person that I hated. I'm just like her. I used to beat my son's ass until I realized I was just like her.
Yeah.
And the only thing that changed it is when I realized what I was doing, what was done to her. She in turn done to me, but she loved it. Like, and everything that she was, that's who I am. Yeah. She was full of love. Everybody in the community loved her. Anything that she could do for somebody, that's what she would do. And bend over backwards to do it. That's who I am. So I thank God for her. Every day I look in the mirror, I'm looking just like her. Yeah. I'm like, this is the person I hated so much.
Wow.
I am her.
It's okay.
She instilled that in me. And what a beautiful person I am.
Bridget. Yeah.
Well, I tell Inga and Tasha lately that I wake up and I say, I'm my mom. My mom and my dad, they've been married, it'll be in December, they've been married 53 years. Yeah, and I wasn't in Heathrow, but I love them. They're away now. I'm visiting my auntie in Florida. And so I just want to say that I love my parents more than they know. They are getting older and they are my people. So anytime they need me, I'm going to be there to support them and let them know that I love them. And I wouldn't be the great person that I am without them. And I am so appreciative. And I have turned into my mom. I just have. Yeah. Every little thing she does, she's hilarious. She says some little things. And I've turned into my dad as well. I'm like, I ain't got picky people just like he does. And that's what he's so honest. I'm just joking, saying I'm horny and stuff. I'll be like, that's Tim coming out. That's who I am, and I embrace it. So I thank y'all for loving me. All my praises. I thank y'all. All right.
Oh, Alethea. Please honor your mom and dad.
Say the best for that. Yes, you said.
Oh, God. I knew this was going to be rough. It's okay. We don't have time. We're going to make the time. This is just going to have time. Go ahead.
All right.
No, I was going to let you get right time. Take your time, baby. Take your time.
So I bought a breast cancer in 2012, and I lost my mom in 2013 to breast cancer. And so I'm just thankful for all the things she poured into me. My parents made me have confidence. I never felt bad about who I am, what I am. I've always been able to walk in a room and be confident because of what they poured into me. And I'm forever grateful. But I would just say, I hope that I'm doing the same thing that my mom would want me to do with my children, because they have been very phenomenal in my life. But I missed her tremendously. And there's no words for what I eat and how I feel. But I just thank God for the support and the love that I get from everybody that loves me and share and embrace what I go through in this journey of life. Because you never know where you're going to go. You never know what God has for you. So what you do ask for is just God give you the grace and mercy to go through that journey so that you can be and keep going and keep going. And so I say thank you. But I had some awesome parents. My dad is still here. Yes, Lord. My mom is gone, but I know she's watching down on me. I know she is in me. And I thank her for that, because it would never be another pet. You hear me? So, love you, Tasha.
All of you too, girl.
The life of the party. For real. I am.
So I see women a lot, or, a lot of women who are still, quote unquote, in their story. And they're, quote unquote, in the what happened to them. And if I feel like there has to come a time where you get over that what has happened. There's a lot has happened to me. Everybody knows my mom and my daddy, but there are some struggles that I have had. But at some point in time, it's not even like a pity party, but you gotta shake that shit off. And we all have our time to do that. But at some point, you have to shake it off. These women, these 9 women that are before me right now, have shaken the shit off. Do you understand? They are not 100% healed. I think healing is always ing, it's never ed. We will always be healing. Like there is, but at least they know, like, okay, I'm on the other side. I've broken the chains and now I'm healing. And that is what a badass is. I know some story, and Jasmine really went into a lot of her story, of the chains that she's broken. I would have never known that young lady had any sort of quote unquote learning disability until her mom told me. I was like, what? I'm asking her mama, is she sure? I mean, she is the epitome of just, I'm out of that. I still got that. It's behind me. It's a part of me. But these women, every last one of these women, Miss Tony, and we get ready to give a big, Miss Tony is, it's a whole walking miracle. She's beat cancer 3 times.
3 times, not once, not twice, 3 times. Like,
Who does that? And this woman is sitting right here and was in the kitchen with all of us who are younger than her was sitting down, and she was just up dancing. Then she went and got a little drink, and I'm like, all right, then this is Miss Tony. That's just what she does. That's what breaking the chain looks like. That's what beating cancer 3 times looks like. Well, everybody up here has been through something. And I mean, they have been through a deep something, and they've managed to break free from it. That's what a badass is. We don't sit around and cry because, oh, my mama left me at the doorstep and a kangaroo raised me. Like, and I'm not even saying like things like that happen, but it could have happened. And that's not to like diminish anyone's story.
Absolutely.
But yeah, kangaroo raised me, and now I'm bouncing my ass all over the Yeah, that's what being a badass is all about. Yo, I haven't even touched. I had like 6 smoked out of it. We can't go that long. So definitely I have to have you back on. What? Oh my gosh. I don't know how I'm gonna organize that, y'all. So I ain't knew that Inga and Bridget. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But anyway, I know it's time. I have to wrap it up. I have way more subjects that I really intended to get to. There are a couple of people that I have to thank. 2 years ago, I was on a show with Ms. Karen Richardson Tunis, Karen Richardson Tunis, and she had a talk show that was called Melanated Unicorn, right? So Miss Karen sees potential and she pulls it out of you as best as she can, right? So she pushed me to the envelope on her show. And she said, when are you going to do your show? I said, on my birthday. This was like February of 2021. And I was like, on my birthday. So then I had like a couple months to get it together for my birthday, and I couldn't pull it together, right? So then my next birthday came around, which was last year. And I was like, I knew last year was just a lot. Some people know it was just a lot. I had too much going on to even think about trying to even go live on Facebook, period. So then when I knew that my 50th was coming up, I was like, oh my gosh, I told Miss Karen, I was prophetic when I told her my birthday, but God knew it would be my birthday. My creator knew it would be my birthday, but he knew it wouldn't be that birthday. It would be this birthday. So I know that there's a purpose. I know my purpose. I know what it is. I know that I will be traveling the world, interviewing collectively or individually badass Black women who have, shout out to them, who have no ceilings and who will be kicking open doors. So I invite you to come along with me on that journey. To my friends, Anita McCoy, hand to my friend Michelle Dalton Richardson. They know who they are and they know why. I thank you to the hills. No one knows but me and these three. But I thank you so much. To Carletta Key and to all of my fly girls. I can't even name all of y'all. It's so many, especially my senior mamas. I really, really thank y'all for so much of me. Y'all seeing me in the airport, say, hey girl, we gonna be watching you on the 11th, and we loud in the airport in uniform. That's what we do. But anyway, I thank all of y'all. Thank y'all so much. My next show, I will be traveling to South Carolina and I will be interviewing and talking to my style icon that I discovered years ago. It's Parissa's sister, Pakithia. Okay. What's her last name?
I don't know.
Anyway, her name is Pakithia. Anyway, her name is Pakithia. I will be interviewing her at some point in June where she and I are going back and forth now, trying to set that up. I hope that she's watching. I hope Parissa is watching. After that, I think I'm going to go to Florida to talk to Renee Ashley. Renee Ashley owns a dump truck business. She traveled, she just traveled Europe for like 2 weeks or something. And she was in every Gucci and like all her like big stores. And she's just the ultimate. She showed me what it was like. She did a reel on what it was like to have an appointment with Hermes. And I'm just like, I would never. But she went to Hermes and she got a couple of things. And I will be talking with her. But there are quite a few women. I even have something that I've set up out of the country. I intend to touch on every single Black woman that I can. Every single. When I say every single one, even if I had to do, this is a platform. This is the practice for me to talk to hundreds and hundreds of women at a time. And this is the beginning. I will specifically bring back this group because I have a lot more to pull out of them and I have a lot more to say. But for right now, it's a time out. As we say in my world, y'all, fly safe.